right, good morning and welcome back everybody to another upriver fly fishing report. My name is Michael, Tanner behind the camera as usual. We're on the headwaters of the Arkansas River today and we're hoping to do some fall streamer fishing. Plan subject to change, so stick with us. Skinny guy, but nice. It's early October. October is an exceptional month for streamer fishing on the Arkansas River. We're here at the headwaters. It's a blustery day, but it's still nice and warm. The streamer fishing is going to be good all throughout the Arkansas River, all the way down into the Bighorn Canyon. We're still doing float trips. In my opinion, streamer fishing from a raft is probably my favorite way to do it, maybe the most effective way to do it, simply because you're covering water so well. It's a little bit harder on foot like we did today because you really want to keep moving. So you got to be willing to walk a lot, cover water, and just keep sticking and moving. That's kind of the key to my success on foot streamer fishing. Your standard Arkansas River brownie. Let's talk about some rigging and some tactics for streamer fishing on the Arkansas. Downstream, fishing from a raft, you might want to consider a 6-weight rod. Some people might even go for a 7-weight. There's a lot of different ways to fish. You can have a full floating line, long fluorocarbon leader with a weighted streamer, and low flows on the Arkansas, that's generally a good way to go about it. Other people might elect to use some sort of sink tip or like a Versa leader or a sonar leader at the end of their fly line to get their fly line to sink a bit and use an unweighted streamer on a much shorter leader to get really cool presentation that way. Up here on the headwaters today, I was using a single small slump buster with a single hook. If I were down fishing from a raft, I'd probably choose an articulated rusty trombone or something similar. As always, we'll take you back to the shop and show you some of our favorite streamers to use this time of year. Today up here, I was using a single slump buster. For me, I was using a 5-weight, smaller streamer that allows me to be more accurate. And as you'll notice when you're out there, your first cast matters a lot. Usually, you want to be accurate, you want to be on the money and ready on that first cast, because usually that's when you're going to get the hit. There are exceptions to that, but I find I can be much more accurate with a single smaller streamer. That's how I rigged up today. When I'm streamer fishing small rivers like this, I like to work downstream. That's just what's always worked out better for me. I feel like I can get my first cast right in the head of a run or right in the head of a little drop off or an undercut bank. And I just like the presentation that I get working downstream. I like letting my flies swing across the current Sometimes I'm using my rod tip to kind of jig them along. Sometimes I'm just letting them naturally swing. So I'm gonna work downstream. I'm gonna hammer this bank in front of us, and should be fun. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Good. I guess I could show you the fly I'm starting with. Got on there just a simple little black slump buster. Doesn't get much more simple than that. I'm fishing it on a 5 weight. The type of water you want to fish on a place like the Arkansas, I'm always looking at cut banks for sure as the first thing that my mind sees. Nice good depth, grassy bank, and some room underneath for a nice fish to hold. If you can get your fly right against that bank and then twitch it away, a lot of times that will result in a strike. Other places to fish would be, you know, right behind a boulder in some sort of eddy or slack water. Right in front of that same boulder, there's always a cushion. I like to call it a pillow. Fish will sit right on that pillow too. So always fishing in front of and behind those major obstacles in the river. And then any sort of riffle drop off or run depth change. You can find fish kind of anywhere this time of year, so be thorough, fish it all, but be quick about it. Make a few good drifts. You feel like you fished it well, then it's time to take a few steps, get a new presentation, and just keep it moving downstream or upstream. You could fish up or down. Today I decided to fish downstream. I'm just a little more comfortable with that. Let's talk about a few other places to fish this week and going into the weekend this part of the year. The South Platte River is fishing very well right now. You got kokanee and brown trout and some of those migratory fish in those river systems. That's always a really good time and a chance at a trophy. We guide trips over there. South Park reservoirs like Antero and Spinney Mountain should continue to see improved fishing conditions as we move into November. And here on the Arkansas, we're still running float trips, still doing walk-away trips. If you're thinking about getting out fishing in this area, you're going to be passing through Buena Vista, stop by the shop. We did just change our shop hours. Currently, we're open 8 to 5. So you can always check our Google profile to see what our current hours are. But always feel free to give us a call, stop by the shop. We'll give you the best information that we can. As we progress into winter, we want to keep these videos coming for you. We are still going to do fishing videos through the winter. However, they're not going to be as frequent as the conditions aren't going to change very much. So we're going to look to fill those gaps with other types of videos, things like fly tying, gear reviews. If there's anything that you, the viewers, want to see for sure, drop a comment. I mean, we interact with all the comments and we want to see what people want to watch. As always, thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see what we're up to all winter long.